Substitution and change of subject. Given the equation y is equal to mx plus c, our subject is y. That is, y stands alone on one side and equates to the other variables in the equation. Also, y is dependent on m, x, and c. So before we can find the value of y, we will need the values of m, x, and c. That is what we mean by y is the subject. It becomes the variable in focus. So this topic, change of subject, what happens is that we will change the variable in focus, or our dependent variable, known as the subject. So we have different variables. We have y, we have m, we have x, we have c. Each of these variables can be made the subject of the equation. So when we say we are changing the subject, now that we have y, we will change it to any of the other three variables that we have. That is what change of subject is about. Substitution. When it comes to substitution, all we are going to do is we will be given values. So each variable can take a value. So we will be given specific values to put in place of the variables. That is what substitution is about. Now, why change of subjects is a challenge for some students is, now in some cases, the equations that we see contain radicals, and some contain exponents. Some have fractions and brackets. So what happens is that before we will be able to have our target variable to stand alone, we will need to get rid of these obstacles in order to let the number stand alone, so that we can equate it to the other variables in the equation. So let's take note of this. If you have m to the power a and you want m to stand alone, you need to get rid of a, that is the exponent. How do we do that? We do that by multiplying the exponent by its reciprocal. Reciprocal here means inverse. So if I have a number a, the inverse of a is 1 over a. Note, when you multiply a number by its inverse, the result will be equal to 1. So a times 1 over a will give us 1. How? Multiply a by 1 over a, you get a over a. And that means when we divide this by this, we will get 1. The inverse of 2 over 7, 2 over 7 will be 7 over 2. So when you multiply this, you will get 14 divided by 14, and that will give us 1. And so if you have a to the power 3 over 5, and you have to make a stand alone, what you do is you have to multiply multiply the exponents by its inverse. That is 5 over 3. And with that, 5 will cancel 5, 3 will also cancel 3. And that will give you a to the power 1, which is equal to a. I hope this is understandable. So we've been able to look at the inverse of a number and then how to get rid of an exponent. You can replay the video anytime you want to go back to it. Note that radicals are actually exponents. So if you know how to get rid of exponents, Getting rid of radicals should be easier for you. If you have root of a, it means a to the power half. If you have m roots of a, it means a to the power 1 over m. And if you have, let's say, k roots, and please, before this, if you see m outside like this, please, this is different from the previous one. This one is different from this one. If you look at it, you see for the first one, you see that m is inside the corner here. But when you look at the second one, m is outside the corner. What the second one means is m is multiplying the root of a, and that means m times a to the power half. So you take note of this. Okay, so what if we have k brackets k root of x to the power n? How do you interpret this? This one, you already remember, just remember that already x has its exponent before the root. So the root is also going to be shown as 1 over k. With this, from our indices notes, we realize that we can rewrite this multiplying the two exponents. That will give us s to the power n over k. So when you see an expression like this, it's the same as s to the power n over k. Now, getting rid of the exponents, we already know how we go about it. You find the reciprocal of n over k as k over n, and then that will give us x to the power 1, which is the same as x. I hope there is no confusion. Also, if the exponent is given in this form, let's say p root of l, and then everything is to the power d. This one too can be written as l to the power 1 over p. Then everything here is raised to the power d. This is also the same. So you multiply the exponents, the two exponents, and get l to the power d over p. And as usual, getting rid of this, you need to find your inverse of the exponent. And d over p will be p over d. So we multiply by p over d. And that will give us L. I hope you are taking good note of what we are doing. And so don't be confused if you are given an expression like V is equal to fifth root of x, y to the power 3, z. And then you are asked to make y the subject. Don't be confused. Okay, first of all, get rid of the radical, which you can easily do. So we have, once you do it on the left side, remember to also do it on the right side. So v to the power 1 over, v to the power 5. And then this one, as we know, is x, y cubed z to the power 1 over 5. and then everything here is also to the power 5. That is the inverse of 1 over 5. We do it for the left hand side, we do also for the right hand side. Okay, so don't worry, we will do examples, more examples, and then you will get it better. Alright. Okay, so we will also need to look at the reverse. That if you have been given a to the power 3 over 4, if you like, if it's easier for you to work with radicals than exponents, you can convert this. First of all, note that the denominator becomes the root type. So this one, our denominator is 4. So it's going to be 4th root. And then the numerator will be the exponent of the number, the variable in question. So this is how we reverse it. When it was like this, we changed it to this. Now we have this, so we are changing it to this. So all this I'm doing for you to get the picture clearer, so that in whatever form that it comes, you will not find yourself fumbling. Okay, so in a similar vein, if you have p to the power 1 over 2, this means root of p. Okay, so if you have an expression that is a to the power 2, and you want to get rid of the 2, it is either you are going to make it a to the power 2 times half, or you can make it a squared and then you find the square root of it. So that this one cancels this, just as this one will cancel this. I hope you get it right. Thank you very much for understanding. It's very easy. So please take a good look at it and follow. Solve some examples and it will be easy for us all. Thank you.